In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, one God, amen. Thank you for joining us for another episode of CYC Guy Talk. Gathered here with my brothers from the church at St. Mary and St. Antonio's Catholic Church. And we're here talking about the issues. Today's issue is something interesting. Something we hear on the news, something we might not even think about, or something we do think about. I wanted to hear what the youth have to say. And of course, we'd love to hear your feedback too. So please continue to send us emails, check out our Facebook page, let us know what you're thinking. But this whole environmental movement, right? This whole green initiative, we hear it all over New York City. What are your thoughts about it? Go ahead. And how does that relate, or does it relate, to our spiritual lives?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to try to analyze how much of environmental awareness, as they call it. I mean, as the world calls it, how we can relate it to our orthodoxy, and how we can see how we relate to it. I believe that in God's created earth, we know that He's created everything perfect and everything with all of its abilities to adapt to many different things and to really withstand a lot of what the earth goes through. We as people have a responsibility to it. I mean, God, He gave us commandment over the earth, and in that way, I believe that a part of the green movement in some brief ways is in some very simple ways can be our responsibility.
So being the green in movement, it could be in our responsibility, right? Or it could maybe be a little bit too much. Interesting. Go ahead.
Okay, so well, over the years, many nations have industrialized, and we're using non-renewable resources like coal and iron for tools, and that gives off exhausts, which causes global warming, and which is known as a very big threat today.
It was a good intro. I feel like awesome. Oh. But all right, we'll leave it at that. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's continue the thought later. Anton.
Well, I guess mowing green and doing green stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's good because like you're making the world better and healthier, I guess. But
Let's hear the but.
But I don't get the fact that has to do with Christ.
Well, so that's the question. Does it, because we are involved in a world, specifically in our very like kind of specific demographic of being New Yorkers, we are experiencing a lot of green things, like go green, recycle, that's great. But also there are things that do affect our spiritual life, because, and I'll share something with you, I want to get your thoughts. I was reading an article how environmentalism, so this whole green initiative, is actually a new form of paganism. And the way the article, they were saying how they interviewed a woman who actually had an abortion because she did not want to produce another baby who would bring waste to the earth. So this is where it becomes a spiritual thing, where it's like, whoa, you just killed life for something that, okay, it's good to clean, it's good to take care of the resources God has given us. But now, you know, there are things that extreme. And, you know, like we are in a very, again, our society specifically, and this is going out throughout the whole world, this initiative. But I think that we really are in a situation where we're impacted a lot by it. So I wanted to see if, being that you're in high school, you know, if there was some type of experiences that you've seen in your school that might have been, whoa, this is a little weird? Or, do you feel like it's something that we really should be working with? So, maybe not necessarily directly about your spiritual life, but of course, everything is our spiritual life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, my school is doing something different. That they're holding this program for all freshmen. They get every period is 74 minutes, and me as a freshman hates it because how the heck can you sit on the desk? I mean, on a chair for 74
So in Grover
minutes.
Cleveland, they sit on tables as they are studying, I believe. Interesting. Grover Cleveland is the
74
school he
minutes
goes to. Also, president was been with us in America, and also Tom's favorite word or words. Go ahead.
And it's not right because even though we only have like 5 periods, but still, sitting down for 74 minutes sucks. And
What does that have to do with? I mean, I know it's late.
no, because it changed.
I know, I love you, but what on earth are you talking about in relation? I know the guys. Listen, I know the Green Initiative here. This type of topic is a specific topic, but at least I expect you to tell me. I love you, man.
I'm saying like
Yes.
how you talking about like the school changes and stuff.
Ah,
So my school
got it,
changed.
got it, got it. So maybe not having to do with the Green Initiative,
Yeah.
but things about change, right? Interesting, very interesting.
So like I thought it's like part, like say because so much green stuff like happened.
It's like a new change with us.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah. And how we are adjusting to it. Right. Okay. Gotcha. You said you have how many? 3?
I have 2 good examples.
2 good ones and 1 bad one. Got it. Let's hear
Okay,
'em out.
so like when I go at school, I have Greek, and at the end of our Greek class, we have an end of the class assignment. And in the end of the class assignment, we write it's like 2 sentences. So every day we write 2 sentences, and we reuse the paper over and over until we complete the paper. And we do that in a lot of classes where we reuse paper, and so that we can like conserve paper. Another example would be when you go to the supermarket, like you know how they use the plastic bags. Well, you know how they have the green bags. You use those green bags and you put it in there instead of using the plastic bags.
Yeah, and then you save 10 cents on your purchase. I have Whole Foods right next to my block. You bring your own bag, you'll get, no matter what you're buying, you get 10% off. For me personally, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, guys talk about whatever it is, right? Especially, even no matter what time it is, we'll talk about it, right? And so we're talking about Green Initiative. This is something that recently, I don't know, it's been affecting me. I wanted to share with my brothers. Like sometimes people are taking it to that far. So, sometimes it makes sense. But what do you have to say?
I mean, I had a research class where all we discussed about was global warming and climate change and all these changing names for what we don't know what's going on with the Earth right now. I mean, and with that example, with that story that you told me, that you told us and everybody, wow, I mean, that's just a whole new level of just, I mean, the environment's all great and everything, and we have to take care of it, but you can't, through Christ everything was made, and through Christ everything, I believe that we should hold this belief that through Christ everything can be fixed, or we can understand. Maybe we don't understand and are very limited understanding of the world as it is. I mean, but with that saying that, like one of God's children was just that takes things into perspective. Really.
I mean, this is the thing though, like, you'll have these extremists that, again, when we hit, I live in New York City, and I love New York City, but you see the weirdest things in New York City. We talking about green, that's strange with the whole, very bizarre that someone would have this mentality, but I've seen a woman walking down the street and literally have another lady pour a bucket of red paint on her fur jacket. I've seen this, and to the point where they'll abuse and maybe even kill someone, because of this cause. That is something they believe in so strongly. But doesn't that tell you something about what people are looking for something? Does that tell you something that, people are trying to find a cause?
Yeah.
People are trying to find something to really believe in. People are trying to find hope and rely their efforts and their energies and they put their thoughts and their devotion to, except the things that matter. So I'm glad we were able to share this, but I wanted to enlighten some of the things that I've been experiencing and see what your thoughts are. And I definitely feel 100% that we're moving in a direction that's advanced, but there are things that we should know as Christians to maybe share with someone who might be taking it to an extreme.
Right now I'm thinking about like cars, how like they're thinking about running cars with like other renewable resources like let's say solar energy and electric energy, and they're especially electric energy. They're starting to replace it with electric energy, which is like you said, we're going green because they want to use renewable resources instead of non-renewable.
Yeah, I mean, it's advanced for sure. Like that's a part of about a nation. Think about it. Why use up resources that are causing? This is what I always look at first. Human health problems. The earth is meant for us. God created the earth, created Eden for His creation, for man. That's it. Animals, the creation is for us. When you think of other things before the real cause, this is the world we live in. But why use up resources that we can't get back when we can think of creative ways to renew that energy, to not waste. And God is always teaching us to be wise and not waste. So definitely, having a smart car that is, and how in terms of our wallets, it's also a big thing. Like email, it's a green thing, whatever we want to call it.
Oil's getting expensive.
And oil's getting expensive. So like, why spend money on gas when you can have a way to save yourself your own pocket? And the email, same thing, as opposed to sending out paper and buying the envelope, buying the stamp, just 2 seconds.
Like when you're printing out like a page, like you print it back and forth instead of just like the front.
Then the thing is, we don't want to just keep in mind. Then we think of it just like anything. Then it could be an extreme. You can freak out at somebody because they are.
What did that to me?
Oh yeah.
I did like all fun for like 20 pages and like they went crazy.
I mean, that's where sometimes it's like, what's like really behind that passion, and is it something that, as a nation, let's say everyone was sharing the same mindset? Is that healthy for us all to share, or is it share everything as God says in moderation? What do you think?
I mean, I definitely agree with the thing that you said before this last one, which was the world that we live in and how we we always strive to be like God in everything. And we're really becoming advanced in thinking, and the ways that we're doing things are much differently nowadays. And we have to learn to be creative like the Creator. He has infinite wisdom. Why try to look for answers in other places and argue with other people when He's the only person who will give us the answer or give us what He sees fit.
There comes a point when we're in Guy Talk and one of my fellow youth members say something powerful. And what we do is, I believe we demonstrated that earlier, something I believe regarding the pound, and we blow that up. So I love that. Thank you very much. And with that, guys, I want to just tell you that we are God's creation. I really like what Mina said is, our Creator is creative. And He's created us to be creative. And we have a lot of beautiful talents. And to use that to be efficient and productive is one thing. It's a beautiful thing. But when we take that and we forget the cause, that He is the Creator, and He's the one who is due all glory, and we forget that part and think about the earth and all these other things that might come in the way and block our true goal as a Christian, that's when we may have to step back and realize that we're God's children, and He gave us everything to serve Him and to live for Him. So until next time, God bless you, God be with you. Continue to give us your feedback. Share with us some questions, some of your insight. Check out our Facebook page. And glory be to God forever. Amen.